It's my birthday week and I want to spend a few days in Chicago. I got a great deal on Southwest fares, 38 bucks. What I forgot was I was going to need to renew my enhanced driver's license every 5 or 6 years, I think it is. Well, for most states, that's not a problem. You go renew it, they print you a new one. Not in Minnesota. In Minnesota, you have to wait for it to be mailed to you. And I have waited several weeks now, and I still don't have it. I'm going to be going today without an acceptable form of ID for the TSA. What I can tell you is there's another caribou over here. See, this kind of thing happens every day at airports around the world. There are processes, but when you look up information for it online, it's all kind of sketchy. They just really want to make sure you know that this is not the kind of thing you should be doing. But what if you lose your ID while you're traveling, or you have your bag stolen or something? I mean, we need to know, how does this work? I suspect that there will be enhanced screening procedures. I brought my temporary ID with the paper receipt from the Department of Motor Vehicles, and I am prepared for a pat down, a bag search, whatever. And I've also come 5 hours early to the airport. Given how not busy this terminal is, this is probably a lot of overkill, but my next best plan only had me arriving an hour before boarding for my flight, and I think they would probably be very upset with me for trying to push my way through without an acceptable ID. I do have a couple things going for me. This is Terminal 2 of MSP, with far fewer flights. There's almost no one here today, and I'm told that there might be one specific line for me to go to when I do have these sort of ID issues. But again, this information you find is all very sketchy and specific to each airport on any random day. So this isn't a full comprehensive plan of what to expect when you do not have an acceptable form of ID. It's just an idea of what happened at MSP one day in 2025. And this is prior to next February, when they begin instituting a fee for when this happens. I'm doing a free trial of this alternate security screening procedure. What a tongue twister. I'm gonna get a paper copy of my boarding pass for once, in case my phone freaks out because I'm passing by, you know. And then we're gonna go see what happens. All the cheap airlines on one check-in kiosk. I think I'm going to use the restroom. I'd definitely be more annoying to staff if I was also in a rush to have to do that. And I don't want to be in a rush at all, and I want to be nice. That's probably step one. The more of a jerk you are in any situation, especially an unfamiliar one, the worse you're probably going to get treated. Weird, huh? Alright, time-wise, it is 11 a.m. No turning back now. Let's take that escalator and go experience this process of alternate screening. Or enhanced screening. Both? We'll see. Alright, here we go. The final TSA security check frontier. Well, it's now 11:05. Nothing was different. As I had heard, they gave me a red card that said, "Get a real ID." And they sent me through. And I didn't have any extra screening. And they didn't search my bag. I have my belt in my hand, but it's just because I usually don't wear a belt through here. I did not receive a pat down. I did not have to take off my pants, believe me. I just had to take off my belt. So now I'm here very obnoxiously early for my flight. Well, I learned something. Maybe. I think. I also learned how to switch flights with Southwest Airlines, being that I could now fly on that earlier departure. Yeah, the expired ID was still an ID nonetheless, at least at MSP. Now, would coming back from Chicago through Midway Airport prove any different a process with an expired out-of-state ID? They probably see Minnesota IDs all the time. I can't be the first person to do this, right? Well, let's see how this goes. And today we are leaving Chicago, going back to Minnesota from Midway Airport to MSP. And once again, I still don't have a valid form of ID for the TSA, just a temporary. So we're going to see how that works today at Midway. I'm a lot more easygoing about this after MSP, but there's no guarantee it will hold true and have the same experience as I did there. First, we got to get from the train station to the airport. So it's a long walk and probably an elevator. The super wide fare gates. This certainly proves the value of having a passport as a backup ID, but it suggests security screening may be more streamlined a process than many believe. Not to say it's security theater, just bureaucracy, right? Again, still being in an air of caution, I'm going to try to ask someone if I should go to a specific line because I have an ID issue, but there's no guarantee that that'll be necessary, just like last time. Last time I went through, they did take my picture after still being able to scan my ID, because it had only been clipped in a way that it stamps the little word void onto it. So I really feel like I'm in the database of regular flyers. It's probably not a thing, but I don't think it hurt me taking all these trips. No elevator required. There's a ramp. And once again, I'm going to use the restroom because we don't know how long this is going to take, and I mean, it probably won't take any extra, right? Put your comment down below how long you think it'll take in Chicago. I'm not the one that's already boarding. I'm the later one at 5 o'clock. Alright, here we go again. We're just going to give it another college try and see if I get be laid in a dark room somewhere. Probably walk right through again. Just be surprised. Or it'll be the normal experience in the line. Or hybrid. Let's find out. And that's where we're going. So once again, that was really normal and no extra time. I think having an expired license is the mildest version of this particular dilemma. If you had no ID, it would definitely take extra time for them to look you up in the system, and there would be taking you to a different place in order to use a different computer system for it. But when you have the expired ID, it's still valid. That's something that was told to me by the agent who checks the IDs. I can still travel with that for a period of time after. I think she said 2 years. I'll have to look up the specifics. But yeah, no extra screening, no bag search, no pat down. It was maybe 5 minutes. A lot of nothing. I mean, the usual. So, hope it comes in the mail still. Doing this again in another month, so now plenty of extra time at Midway Airport. That wasn't empty. It must be like the minimum, or they're doing an estimation of the minimum with the scanner. Magic. It's magic. Yeah, it's about 3 ounces. I felt severely overreactionary at this point, but details online regarding the use of a clipped ID were very anecdotal, as is my experience, I'd say. Leave a comment below if you've had similar or worse ID issues at airports. Yeah, Midway, actually an international airport. Now, the next airport we'll be flying to, just a national airport. But which one? I'll be showing off the end of the open seating era of Southwest Airlines with these flights to Chicago and back down the line. I like the old way, but it only works great with theoretically open-minded passengers that don't crowd the queue 20 minutes before the posted boarding time. And on the next video, we'll be going back to the rails, and I'll be taking a freshly snow-fallen ride on the old North Shore line, Metra's Union Pacific North line. More Chicago videos and still another from Texas and Fort Worth to come. Please give me a like and subscribe if you'd like to see where I fly off to or ride on buses or trains in future videos of my transit-oriented tourism. Thanks for watching today. I'll see you on the next one.